Jeff Whiskey.
Welcome back, Whisky folk. It's currently the Dram Dribbler Jeff Whiskey, doing something very different, as you can see from this very pink looking backdrop. I'm not in the kitchen, so I'm going to do something a little different, and that is to go through and discuss and rank my thoughts on the Campbelltown branding. As lots of people know, my background is in design, and a huge part of whisky for me is the experience. So I'm going to attempt to rank 4 different Campbelltown whiskies based on their kind of whole branding and the experience of it all. And hopefully I've got it screen recorded and on camera. Don't worry, I'll be nice and small so you don't have to see me. If this is a concept you like, let me know. I could do more of these. I really enjoy design, and it's nice to focus on the bottles instead of seeing my face at the moment. Let's dive in and go through these Campbelltown bottles. So I weren't sure, do I zoom in, zoom out, what's best? I don't know. Let's keep it like that. So I've done it in Jeff's because I'm very much narcissistic and it's all about me. J being top tier, and then it goes down E, F, F, S. Okay, computer's just gone. 10 out of 10. Why are you doing this now? Why do you hate me? So after that mini meltdown of my computer, we are back. I do not remember what I've said already, and I do not remember what I'm to say next. So let's crack on, dive in, and go through the 5 bottles of Campbelltown. So first, I picked 5 bottles. I know, obviously, Campbelltown, one distillery produces 4 of these bottles. They're all connected. So I've chose these 5. I almost included the Campbelltown lock bottle. However, I thought I wanted to just pick ones that have got like a core range, even if you can't get your hands on them, but you can go through and work out, what their aesthetic is of them all and their styling. So firstly, let's go straight on, and I'm going to start with Glen Scotia. So if I do further videos, I can then rank them, and they can have multiple, so you can have top tier, like 3 or 4 could be in the Jeff tier, the J tier, not the Jeff tier. So Glen Scotia, let's start. Out of all of them, they have the most unique looking bottles. The labelling, the font, they got this lovely monogram with the G and the S. The date, very clean and very simple. The font is very nice, and it's got a little bit of character in it. Nothing too wild. For instance, you can see in the G and the N where it's got these little serifs on there. Maybe you can't see it in this awful quality image. And it works really well across the range. So where you got, for instance, Victoriana, which I think looks different now, I don't know. It works really well with the type. The Glen Scotia stands out clearly. The festival bottles look great. They all use colour really well. They've got the big embossed monogram there. Monogram, is that even the correct term? I'm probably not going to use the correct terms because while I am a designer by day job, I just don't have any brain capacity. So enough whiff waff, nobody really cares. I'm going to put this in to begin with in the middle because I do like it. However, the bottles are tall. I don't know if anyone else feels this, but these are ridiculously tall. Makes it a lot harder to put on a shelf. So currently there's no Glen Scotia bottles in my little backdrop you normally see because they're too tall. So they've got to go in a cupboard. So let's put middle ground, we can move it from there. Right, Longrow. Big fan of Longrow. I love the look of with the font, the natural curves of it, all the way it just flows freehand across. Still quite legible. It's a bit of a funny R. Being dyslexic like me, that can have problems for readability. However, overall I think it's pretty solid. I love the use of colour they have. You can see on the 18 here and the red how this the outline font really stands out. Not a fan of the handwritten, almost like Blackadder style font at the bottom. It's hard to read and it's quite contrasting against the cleanness of the word Longrow and red. Very basic, very minimal though. I don't know, I do like it. Okay, is that going to go in the middle as well? No, because I'm going to do 1 per each. Okay, let's put this as E. We're going to put it for E for now, and then I can move it from there. It's basic, but I think that's Campbelltown as a whole, is they don't need to focus on any ridiculous fanciness. They know what they're about, they know they're good quality, and that's all they need to say. Just give us information on the label and it's done. So yeah, it's going to stick with E for now. I will probably move these as I go along. Kilkerran, right, I love Kilkerran. I've done a video of it. I think they've got one of the best whiskey logos in the business. The font used, again, it's that Blackadder kind of old English classic handwritten, all the little curly boys at the end. Very nice. This, based on the view you can see from the distillery, this line drawing, which is a horrendous quality I've managed to find, is fantastic, and you can see similarities between that and Longrow, but I don't know which one to prefer. I love this whole black outline, and I do think Longrow is better though. I would say there's more interest with the line drawing. However, overall Longrow, it kind of matches the brand better. There's more space between it all. It's very boxed. It's very boxed off. Okay, for that for now, it's going to go, Longrow is going to have to go up to J, currently number 1, and Kilkerran's going to go in at E. No, Kilkerran's going to go F, and Glen Scotia is going to go up. I haven't even got them all in yet, and I'm already changing my mind. Right, so I'm going with J, E, F like that. Right, let's zoom in a bit more so you can see it. Right, so next, Hazelburn. I'm not going to beat around the bush on this one because I probably rambled on far too long anyway and no one cares. I'm going to put that as S. Bottom tier. I know S sometimes is top tier on these rankings. I've made it say Jeff's. I've made it confusing for some silly reason. Yeah, I don't rate it. I think the logo itself, the emblem they've got and the way the badge is constructed fits really well. I like the drop H and the drop N and this weird, again, this, surprisingly they've all got a similar style with the kind of old English wiggly writing. But I just don't think it works with the silver emboss. Like, it's nice that it's nice, clear and simple, and it's almost like a plaque maybe, but no, it really didn't do anything. And the colour use, like you can see there, is this an 18 or 13? I don't know, I can't even read that, it's that poor quality. But the colours just don't work against the grey. It's hard to read. All this writing's hard to read. While it stands out and unique, I don't think it does for a good way. So yeah, it's definitely at the bottom, no questions asked. So, to people's favourite, Springbank. Now, tricky one. It's got a lot of clout around Springbank. Everyone loves it. Like, the font is fantastic. Like, all like capitalised, well, stylised in the top. The overlapping S design is fantastic. It really is the highlight. The labels, I think they're bordering on bad, but in a good way. Doesn't really explain it. I'm not a fan of the local barley bottles. I like the idea behind it, but I feel like the execution is pretty poor. But yeah, their branding's stronger than a lot of them, but the label design and presentation for me is quite poor. Ooh, tricky though. Does that mean it's going to be F, so second from the bottom? I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is move Longrow down and put Glen Scotia above. I don't know. I would love to know your thoughts below. You'll probably, no one's even watching this probably, but if you have any interest in design, or if you don't have any interest in design and you have these bottles on your shelf, what one draws you in? Like, I think Glen Scotia can't go to the top because there's 2 tall bottles. That's an instant and loses a point. It's either Kilkerran or Longrow at the top for me. I'm going to go with, oh, thanks, just cut out. I'm going to go with Kilkerran. No, I'm going to go with Longrow, Glen Scotia, Kilkerran. Even though I love the Kilkerran brand, it just doesn't work as well on a bottle. I don't know, maybe it does. Shouldn't question myself yet. Springbank, then Hazelburn. I think I'm quite happy with that. I'd love to know your thoughts. Yeah, so Hazelburn, it's weak. It really is. It doesn't need to improve. No one needs to listen to me. I have no say in anything. But yeah, that's my thoughts. I don't know how I'm going to end this or how I'm going to edit it or if anyone's going to watch it. But if you have enjoyed this, let me know. I would love to do more breakdowns of branding. I could go into a lot more depth, or I've just skimmed the surface like I have in this one. Do let me know your rankings, and I could put, what would be great is if you let me know your thoughts, I can put them all together and then I can do like a public chart. So in the comments below, let me know which order you would put them in, and I'll try to do like a summary. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you have watched, if anyone's at the end seeing this, thank you. And this has been Jeff Whisky, talking about whiskey labels, really scraping the barrel to do something different here. And yeah, on that, stay safe, all the best, and cheers to the next one.